Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase, pricing, and availability questions concerning this watch. Today, we're discussing a Rolex Certified Pre-Owned Oyster Perpetual Day-Date. This is the reference 118139. This is part of a series of strap-clad, colorful Rolex Day-Dates launched back at Boss World in 2013. There was green, there was blue, there was cognac, rhodium, and then this, cherry. So those five colorful cousins represented a cheery take on Rolex's traditional two-way watch, meaning it is both a sports watch and a dress watch, and it has been since the first example debuted in the mid-50s. Of course, this one, 36 millimeters, is the traditional day-date size. This watch often nicknamed the President or the Presidential because of its illustrious ownership history. Now, the one I have right here in gray gold, really white gold, more on that in a moment. This is a watch that features a compact 43 millimeter lug-to-lug span, 36 millimeter diameter, and then it is nice and tidy at 12.4 millimeters thick with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs. We're going to throw this watch on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and I'm going to opine that anyone can wear this. It's nice and compact. As the strap breaks in and becomes more flexible, I won't have to pull it quite as tight to make it conform to my wrist, so just consider that I'm sort of compressing my wrist and making it look smaller than it is. But on a 16 centimeter circumference wrist, you can see those lugs are nowhere near the edge of the wrist, and so this is a really good fit. No matter how small your wrist, this is going to be ideal. It wears even a bit more compact than the same watch on a solid end link bracelet would wear. The strap is lovely, alligator leather. You can see large rectangular symmetrical scale in the same cherry color as the dial. It's got a folded edge. It's got a little bit of bolstering to add volume. Calfskin on the bottom. You can see Rolex factory strap, absolutely, as God and Hans Wilsdorf intended. And the large rectangular symmetrical scale alligator leather is always a very premium cut of the animal. You can see it's got a little bit of a semi-gloss quality to it. The clasp features the Rolex crown externally. Of course, we don't see a whole lot of strap-clad day-dates, so this may all be a little bit unfamiliar. But you can see that internally it works a lot like the sports watch bracelets in that it features this beak and then a corresponding hook, and these two things latch together. And when they do, you actually have to lift and unlock to open it up. It's not a friction fit system. It's a bit more secure than that. Nicely decorated inside. You can see the city of origin, the hallmarks, as well as the Rolex logo. I called this gray gold, and what I mean by that is it is the premium alloy of white gold that's white all the way through and never needs to be rhodium plated. It's what Rolex, Greubel Forsey, JLC, and the best brands use. And you can see there's a little bit of a profile on the end of these strap-clad day-dates where you have this end link insert, and this end link insert makes sure that there's no daylight between the strap in the case for a more elegant junction. We have a twin lock crown in gold. You know that because it features two symmetrical dots. That's a twin lock crown in gold. Now, though this is not a water-resistant strap, this is a 100-meter water-resistant watch, which means on a different strap, you could absolutely take this swimming. And you could see the fluted bezel, long associated with Rolex precious metal bezels. Don't mistake this for the engine-turned bezel, which is steel. This is the fluted precious metal. There's a little bit of a box section to the sapphire, and of course we've got the Cyclops eye magnifier for the date. Not every day-date is loomed, but this one is, and quite generally, as you can see, both hands and indices. This was before Rolex adopted the chromalite blue lume. We have an explosively attractive and cheerful metallic sunburst cherry dial. The crown, that is the 5-point coronet, the indices and the hands, they are all 18-karat white gold. They will never tarnish or oxidize. Take a quick look. You can see that we have a chemin de fer, or a railroad track, for reading the individual minutes and seconds outboard. Every 5 minutes or every 1 hour, you have a stylized Roman numeral outboard of the index. This is what is known as a double quick-set day-date. So first, let's demonstrate hacking seconds. See how I can stop the seconds hand when I wish to do so. And then there is an intermediate position for the crown. By the way, how much do you love those serifi fonts? and you can adjust the date, and then in the opposite direction, you can adjust the day. So this is what's known as a double quickset. It's been a feature of these since 1988, but it's always important to mention in case you are perhaps more familiar with an older model or vintage. Solid case back. People always ask me about the back Rolex watches, and with only a handful of exceptions, there's not a lot going on back there, but the solid gold case back is like having a golden dollar coin attached to the back of your watch. Inside, Rolex caliber 3155 bidirectional automatic winding. It features a rotor with a jeweled staff for smoothness and Teflon-coated reversing wheels, 48-hour power reserve, 4 Hz beat rate, hacking, and the double quickset. It's a 31-jewel movement. It has a full balance bridge and a free-sprung balance for shock resistance. It has a Breguet-style overcoil hairspring, so in any physical orientation, topsy-turvy, with respect to gravity, this watch will be isochronous, keeping very even time. And then that overcoil is made of a blue oxidized niobium zirconium alloy. Rolex calls it parachrome bleu. That is very, very anti-magnetic. Again, a 31-jewel movement, 5-position adjusted, and depending on when the watch was made, they are either COSC chronometers from the factory, which is very impressive, or they were superlative chronometers, which is a little bit in advance of the COSC standards at -2 +2 per 24 hours, but very obvious, and I should mention this, no matter which version of this watch you buy, an earlier or later, 118, 139, they are all capable of meeting the superlative chronometer standards. Mechanically, nothing changed. Every single one of those watches is superlative in every way. And if you love this one and you want to make it yours, reach out to me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details. Rolex Certified Pre-Owned watches are backed and authenticated by Rolex. Should any reconditioning be necessary, it will be to a Rolex Certified standard, and any parts invested, Rolex Factory Original. Should the initial retail box, paper, and accessory set still accompany the watch, it will be included with the sale. But no matter what, a Certified Pre-Owned box and paper set starts with an outer box, a leatherette travel pouch with suede lining, a warranty card that embodies the 2-year globally valid Rolex-backed warranty. Note, this is not a retail warranty, but backed by Rolex and actionable at any of its authorized points of sales and service. A leatherette wallet includes the warranty terms and conditions manual. A holographic hang tag marks this as a certified pre-owned Rolex watch, and a manual details Rolex's values as a company. The certified pre-owned program, care, feeding, service, and use of your Rolex, locations of points of sales and service, and details of Rolex.com. Rolex certified pre-owned watches are backed only by Rolex.